Hello everyone, I am Dr. HOUICHI Asma, a teacher in l'UNS of Buzria, Algiers, and I am in charge of teaching the module of Psychopedagogy. Well, the first chapter in the course of Psychopedagogy will be dedicated to teacher and teaching. But what is the first question that should be answered? The question is what being a teacher really means. So by answering this question, Sanj in 2000 tried to define the term teacher. So he said that a teacher is an expert who is capable of imparting knowledge that will help learners to build, identify, and acquire skills that will be used to face the challenges in life. So he is going to guide them in order to be active members in the society. Also, he added by saying that the teacher also provides his learners with knowledge, skills, and values that will enhance and improve their development. But we can't talk about teachers without mentioning or without talking about the qualities that make a good teacher. So here we have different qualities that will make good teachers. Let's start by being knowledgeable, prepared, and teachers should have the ability to create and engage their learners, being their own model, mentoring them, also being adaptable or flexible and positive. In addition to this, a good teacher should be disciplined and professional. Also, we can, since we are dealing with a human being and a teacher is himself is a human being, so he needs to display a personal touch. And when we talk about personal touch, it has to do with his relationship with learners, in addition to collaborate, and also by the end, what creates or what make a good teacher is being a lifelong learner, on which he's going to be learner in the in his journey of being a teacher. Here we have a figure that could illustrate the set of qualities and features that an inspiring or good teacher should be equipped with. Starting by being enthusiasm, also creating or establishing a positive relationship with his learners, being flexible and purposeful and relevant teaching. Here it has to do with the teaching methods and the teaching styles that he should implement in his classes. Also, safe and stimulating classroom climate. Here we are talking about creating a positive atmosphere and a stimulating environment, in addition to a positive classroom management. Adding to this qualities, the quality or the feature of reflectiveness and collaboration, maybe with his learners, or even it could be with his colleagues. Finishing this flower by an important or a crucial quality that has to do with innovative teaching. Innovative teaching has to do also with the teaching methods and also with being innovative when creating and trying to implement new activities and new teaching methods in the classroom. Well, previously teachers were defined just to be the holders or the providers of knowledge, but things have changed. One of the main important things that changed about teachers is their role. So they are important because they change lives, inspire dreams, and push the limits of human potential. So they are not going just to deliver information like in the traditional methods, whether they try to nurture, teach, and raise children to become useful to society. So he is going to push them, he is going to raise them so that they are going to be active members in the society, and they can rely on themselves and solve their personal problems and real life problems. So he is or she is going to prepare them to be active members in the society. So another question that needs to be asked is about teachers. What do they do? So let's start by the first notion that has to do with improving knowing. So first of all, teachers must increase their level of knowledge or what they know. However, they have to be selective because they have an overwhelming amount of information available to them. So the first important notion that needs to be developed by teachers is to improve their knowing and to have as much as information as they can in order to give it back to their learners, in order to deliver that kind of information to their learners. So it has to do with the amount of information they will deliver. So after the first step on which they have to improve their knowing, it comes the doing. So the second step is to increase doing. Here teachers must be doers of the word and not hearers only. So it is expected that each step upward in knowledge to be followed by a step upward in performance. As teachers learn more about themselves and their surrounding. So here students, they could be their colleagues and the administrative staff, etc. They become familiar with different types of actions which will allow them to function effectively. After knowing and doing, here it comes being, or purifying being. And when we say purifying being, it is moving from improving knowing and increasing doing. So the third and most important part of teachers' progress is to purify their being, or refining who and what they are deep down in their hearts. So it is not just knowing and doing, but it is about what is inside their hearts, how the relationship is built between them and their students. So although doing is important, it is not the ultimate goal. The things teachers do are the means, not the end they are seeking. So what teachers do change them into what they must be. So here we have another figure that illustrates the being, knowing, doing framework. So we can explain this framework by saying that the being, knowing, doing framework is a tool to support teachers in moving towards their goals as teachers. So here teachers should seek to progress in all three areas of knowing, doing, and being by doing their best in order to achieve efficiency. After talking about teachers, now it's the turn to talk a little bit about learners. And our learners here are going to be adolescents. So, adolescents on schools, how do they fare? Let's talk a little bit about the age range of those adolescents or adolescent as learners. So young adolescents are defined as those students who are between 10 to 15 years old. They need educational programs that are designed particularly for their age group because of their uniqueness in terms of intellectual, social, emotional, and physical development. So the phenomenal growth that is occurring at this time of their lives presents unique challenges for teachers to teach them and to deal with them, also to treat them efficiently or effectively. In order to know the nature of our learners who are adolescents, so we should know the characteristics of adolescents. Let's start by the first characteristic that concerns the intellectual development. And when we talk about intellectual development, we mean the development concerning their mind, mindset, brain, their thinking, etc. So here in this part of development, they are going to move from concrete to abstract thinking and from active to passive learning experiences. The second point has to do with an intense curiosity and a wide range of intellectual pursuit, high achievement when challenged and engaged, also an ability to be self-reflective. The second type of development concerns social development. Social development has to do with their relationship with the society, the relationship with their peers, the relationship with their friends, the relationship with others. So they start to experiment with ways of talking and acting as a part of searching for a social position with their peers. Also, they tend to overreact towards ridicule, embarrassment, and rejection. Also, they try to seek approval from their peers and others through attention-getting behaviors. Also, the demand for independence is going to reach its highest level, and the desire for guidance and direction. The third part of the development concerns physical development. When we talk about physical development, obviously it is about the changes in their body size and shape due to the hormonal changes they are facing or they are experiencing, in addition to a need for physical activity because of the increased energy they are equipped with in this critical period, which is adolescence. The fourth type of development concerns emotional or psychological development. In this part, here, teenagers or adolescents, they are going to experience mood swings, mood swings that is marked by unpredictability. Also, self-consciousness and being sensitive towards personal criticism. Those are the crucial characteristics of the psychological or the emotional development of an adolescent learner. The last type or kind of development concerns moral development. In the moral development here, teenagers or adolescents as learners, they try to rely on their parents and other important adults for advice or to seek advice, but by the end they want to make their own decisions. So here they seek advice, but by the end they seek their own. The second point has to do with judging others quickly but acknowledging one's faults slowly. Also, they tend to show compassion towards those who are suffering, for example, animals, and trying to react towards environmental issues, etc. By the end of this course, it is worth mentioning the implications for classroom instruction concerning adolescents as learners. So teachers need to be knowledgeable of the varied developmental characteristics of young adolescents so that they can design instructions and classroom management strategies that address these ongoing changes and support and capitalize on these characteristics. Paraphrasing what is written here is that your teachers, they need to be, or they need to know, and they need to be knowledgeable about those developmental characteristics of adolescents. And when they are familiar and knowledgeable about those characteristics, so they can know exactly what to do, with whom, when and where, and how to target them and address their changes. Thank you for your attention and thank you for watching this video. See you next time in another course. Goodbye.